Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, November 15th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I make my darkness conscious. So as I was looking at the astro for today, the quote by Jung that says, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." That is what came into my mind. So the big thing today is like, hi, I'm here. I've had a few people tell me that they think that my numbers would improve if I did weekend scopes. So let's give it a try. Let's see how it is. Come join me. Come. The main thing that we're looking at today in the astro, or the thing that I see mainly, is a connection between the sun in Scorpio and Chiron in Aries. And it's an inconjunct, which is always interesting. It's always where we're just like, these planets aren't like seeing eye to eye. They're not exactly sure how to work together. And what I'm feeling with this, and with the Chiron piece, Chiron in Aries is helping us work through who we are. Chiron is a wounded healer. So we're trying to like peel through the layers, heal through the layers, and figure out who we are underneath all the layers of who the world and everybody else told us to be, and all the protection we've put on, and all the clown suits that we've put on to fit into this world. And there is shadow in and through any and all of that we might look at with some of these other astro aspects. But I also feel like sometimes we have trouble acknowledging our shadow or pieces of our shadow because we're like, well, I'm not that. That's, connected to something bad that I did, or somebody shamed me for that, so I can't be that. And I feel like this is where we're having trouble seeing eye to eye, because Scorpio's like, hey, I can accept that. I can grab that. I can take responsibility for that. But Chiron and Aries might be like, but it's not me. This isn't actually who I am, so no, I don't want to take it on. So that's where you might have like this inconjunct, this not seeing eye to eye work. I have a friend, and we do so much deep diving in our conversations. My Venus in Scorpio hangs out with her Pluto in Scorpio, and we just dive deep into everything. And her perspective with a lot of these things is like, well, why not just accept it? Why just, let's say, like, if somebody says, like, you're stupid. Okay, you're right. Like, why not accept this and be willing to, I don't know, explore it within yourself instead of just being like, no, that's not it, and keeping this thing at a distance. And I think it's an interesting perspective of working through things. And I invite that perspective in this energy, just to be willing to look at it instead of just like shutting the door and being like, no, that's not it. Explore it. Whatever is coming to your door is coming to your door for a reason. Now, does this mean that you are it, you embody it, that it's a piece of you? Not necessarily, but it also doesn't mean that it's not. And our willingness to explore these pieces, I think, opens the door to deeper personal intimacy with yourself. And I have to say that my friendship with this person is one of the safest friendships, because we both allow each other to fully explore all these layers without shame. And it's so healing for us both. So I encourage that within yourself. Now, what makes this day interesting is we start the day with the moon in Virgo, and then we shift over to moon in Libra. So moon in Virgo is doing some oppositions and trining with other energies. We have oppositions with Saturn and Neptune, one of them happening on Friday, next one happening early Sunday. Dreams are weird. They've been weird, but they might give you some really interesting insights. It also might be clearing some of these weird layers from all kinds of time and place and space. And that connection with Uranus might make the brain extra chatty, extra wanting to figure everything out. Sleep might be a little interesting in and through these energies as well. So if you are sleeping, you might be having weird dreams. And if you're not, you might not actually be sleeping. You might be awake and processing. The moon does move into Libra, bringing more of this air energy and bringing us into the dark of the moon. We're in the dark of the moon this weekend. Moon moves into Libra at 1:43 a.m. And what was coming up, was this in the, yeah, I was definitely seeing this in the cards. This is interesting. So when this card showed up, it's the top of the cards. It's the dream card, which I like. I like to use our illusion. I like to use our daydream. But what popped into my mind here was the path of the people pleaser. And we have the moon in Libra making several connections with Mercury, with Mars, with Pluto. And I feel like there's two ways this is going to go. One is this, the dream, the people pleaser. Okay, I don't want to start a fight, so I'm gonna gloss over everything. And I am not necessarily the people pleaser. I'm the people joker. I'm gonna make a joke and try to like appease the situation. Working on it, although I like to be silly. But we also have the Thunderbolt, where this energy could be a little bit less people pleaser and a little bit more combative. Either way, whichever way you choose, awareness. Are you harmonizing with something outside of yourself at the expense of yourself? Are you combating something because there's a deeper fight within yourself that you need to become aware of? Whatever you choose, there's awareness for you as this Sun and Chiron inconjunct energy is working. And I love this because our inner voice, our intuition, is helping bring a breakthrough. It's really interesting because these astro energies, a lot of it's happening in the morning. So a lot may happen in the morning, but I just repeated myself really well. Wonderful. A lot is going on in the morning. So there might be haps in the morning, but the Moon-Mars connection is not happening until later in the evening. Moon in Libra, Mars in Sagittarius. Now this could be like a really beautiful connection. Libra and Sagittarius have a beautiful connection, a sextile connection. It's happy, but that Mars energy could flare. It could spike. So do watch for those breakthrough moments in and through this. But like I said, listen to your intuition to show you what is your lesson. Is your lesson where you abandon yourself for whatever reason? Or is your lesson for where you go toe to toe, and maybe you're going toe to toe to hide these other parts of yourself a little bit, behind the wall of fire. Don't look for the wizard. He's not here. Don't look at that curtain. It's that kind of energy. So be aware. This could reveal some interesting things. So I'm going to leave that there for today. Reminder, you can join the clearing giveaway. Please post your name on my YouTube comments for this video or one of the other ones. And as long as I've responded to you, you are in the drawing, and you've given me your name. You are in the drawing. If I have not, do it again, because sometimes YouTube hides comments. I do my best to find them, but Mercury is retrograde and tech is weird. So besides that, book a reading, book a clearing, and the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust the process. Namaste.